My name is Ryan Sivertson. I'm a second-year medical student at the University of South Dakota. I had Dr. Chediak as a physics professor at Northwestern College, where I was a biology major. And he contacted me last week via Facebook asking if I could do a short little video to explain to you guys how studying physics in college has helped me as a medical student. And then this is my friend Andy, and he'll introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Andy. I am a philosophy major and a biophysics minor who went to Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm one of Ryan's classmates, also an M2. Decided to help him out on the video. I've had quite a decent amount of undergrad physics background, so I thought it would work well for the video. Well, I was thinking one of the main helps that I found in physics that have done a lot for me in medical school here is the kind of intense analytical thinking that it gets you to do. There's not as much memorization, it's more application. Like, you do have to memorize certain equations, just like you have to memorize certain, enzymes and things in biology and certain chemical equations in chemistry. But in physics, they ask you to apply those equations to brand new situations that you've never seen before, and so that's kind of the same thing that happens in medical school. They give you they give you a situation, and then instead of asking you what happened in this situation, they ask you why this happened, and so you have to kind of jump and create, and you have to jump through a couple logic steps in order to get the final answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I was just thinking about a test we took last week. For instance, one test question might say, this patient comes in, they're 24 years old, they have long fingers, so arachnodactyly, they're very long boned, or I guess you could say very tall, very long, slender appendages and stuff like that. And it'll say, and they also have heart defects. What enzyme could be wrong with them? And so you have to be able to take the symptoms and the signs of
clinical
disease
presentation of it.
Yep. And then you have to be able to take that and figure out, okay, well, that would be Marfan syndrome. And then the question will be asking you what enzyme caused that, or what protein would cause that. And you'd have to take that a further step and say, well, that'd be fibrillin, and that would be the answer to the test question. And so you have to be able to take information you've gained in the past and in the current unit and apply it, and maybe take one or two steps to get to the right answer on the test question. So I'd say that way, some of the problem solving that you learn in physics, that studying physics helps you to get better at, will definitely help you in medical school.
Even if it's not direct application all the time.
Yeah.
The thought process behind it is very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. All right, well, another way that improving your problem-solving abilities can really help you as a medical student happens even before you get into medical school. I found it was really helpful when I was taking the MCAT.
Definitely.
I would say the MCAT is much like the questions that you'll find on tests in medical school. A lot of things that the MCAT tests aren't necessarily facts and knowledge that you've acquired over the last couple of years in college. It's more of a test on how you think and how well you can incorporate knowledge you have in the past, along with new knowledge that you're reading in passages that you read as you take the MCAT.
Yeah, the MCAT is very passage-based, and if you can kind of apply the stuff that you know to the new stuff in the passage, that's really how you get a good score and the correct answers.
Mm-hmm. In case you don't know what the MCAT is all about, I'm sure some of you do, some of you don't. Basically, MCAT consists of 4 different sections, or 4 different tests. One of the sections is a writing section, and then you have 3 sections that are more multiple choice test type of tests, I guess you could say. One of those sections is called the physical science section, and that is where you specifically will find physics questions. Besides testing physics, the physical science section will also cover your general chemistry questions. And so when you take one of those sections on the test, such as physical sciences, there's also biological sciences section that test your organic chemistry and your basic biology classes. When you take those tests, you're going to get a passage that you're going to read about some random idea or thought in science. and you have to be able to take knowledge you've gained in those passages and apply it to knowledge you've gained in the past. And kind of take A and B and make C based on what they don't necessarily tell you, but you're going to have to kind of make those connections by yourself to find the right answer. All right, question number 9. Which of the following cells would not be good targets for gene therapy involving a retroviral vector? All right, let's see. Retrovirus, that's like HIV. Let's see. HIV, I think, needs RNA, or uses RNA. It needs to be living, actively replicating cell in order to incorporate its genome into a host genome. Well, let's see what the answers say. A, liver cells, because they divide continually, so the effects of the therapeutic gene would be diluted. All right, that's not entirely true because liver cells are stable cells. Let's check out B here. Skin cells, because they're continually sloughed off at the surface of the skin, so the therapeutic gene would be lost. No, they divide rapidly, so they would be a good target. All right, let's check out C. Bone marrow cells, because they cannot be removed from the body. That's not true because bone marrow cells can be removed from the body. All right, let's see what D says. Mature neuronal cells, because they are not capable of division, so the therapeutic gene would not be able to integrate. All right, that sounds right. I'm going with D. And then some more tangible ways that you can use physics in medical school was, well, one example is when I saw a lot last year when we took our cardiac physiology section of our physiology course.
Yeah, there was a big part of physics in there, like just with fluid dynamics and.
Well, I thought capacitance was a big deal in that section too.
So as you can see, the systemic circulation is more like a parallel circuit. The blood goes to either the hand or the foot and then back to the heart, and not to the hand and the foot. While the pulmonary circulation is more like a series circuit. It goes, all of the blood goes from the heart to the lungs and back. Any questions? Anyone?
Oh, I remember this. So like you said, besides capacitance, you also find like fluid dynamics, like blood flow across...
different diameters give you different speeds of flow through the same pressure, and stuff like that.
Yep.
And the other kind of big area of physics in medicine is radiology. When you get into your radiology residencies, you actually have to take another touch-up physics class that goes pretty deeply into imaging and nuclear physics. And it also helps you kind of in general as a physician and in medical school when they give you like an X-ray or an MRI image and you're asked to kind of diagnose from that image. It's really helpful to know what you're actually looking at because you're not really looking at like a picture of a bone. You're looking at how these X-rays interacted with your bone. And in MRIs, you're looking at how radio frequencies affect the polarization of the molecules. And so when you understand that, it makes the image much more detailed and much more alive, really.
Yeah, I'd agree. So, hope this was helpful to you guys. Study hard this year. Like we said, it's going to be helpful. Even if you don't necessarily use physics as much as you would expect in medical school, you're still going to use a lot of the concepts and the different ways of thinking processes in the future. So, good luck and study hard.
Have fun.